Hi guys, welcome back to another interesting video. If at all it's your first time setting your eyes on this babe, my name is Emily Nene, and kindly subscribe to this family where we ensure, yes, before the end of every single video we learn a thing or two. So guys, najua kwanza, you guys, you're so mad at me because I've been off for a while, but wait a minute, I can explain. I can explain. First of all, I went off because something happened. I said something tragic did happen. Yeah. I don't know whether I should start with that story, but of course, let's start with that story. Why I've been offline and why I've not been vlogging for like now 2 months, almost 2 months. But today, first of all, guys, today is the 1st of December and I'm already loving December, manifesting money, more trips, more and better videos, vlogs, more brands to work with, because you guys, my guys, we started working with a brand, and let me tell you, God answered our biggest prayer all this year. And so the reason as to why I've not been posting is that I got conned in Nairobi. Yeah, you heard me right. I got conned in Nairobi. And story time now. Are you ready? Get yourself that glass of water, glass of juice, whatever, coffee, tea, and let me spill my tea today. Let me spill this tea today. Well, so this is what happened. And it was on Tuesday. That was the first week of October, before 6th. I guess it was on 4th or 3rd of October, thereabout. I'm not sure, but once I confirm the date, I'll put it right over here. So on Tuesday, I remember vividly that day I had an interview, a radio interview, because of our movie, which is called Mtayangu. And if at all you have not yet watched it, please go at my movies and get to watch the movie. Yes. So we're going at Icon Radio for an interview, and right after I went back to the office. By then, you guys, I was working at Miliki's Place Properties as a realtor. You guys, a lot have happened. So I went back to the office, and while I went back to the office, I got a client who asked me, Emily, can we meet over at Sarit, because I am interested in one of the houses you're selling at Dendegwa. Remember, by then you're selling apartments at Dendegwa. And I was like, okay, because earlier on he had already shown interest. So I was like, all right, let's have the meeting. And so we scheduled the meeting at around 4 p.m. So and our offices are at Westland. So I went out of the office quite early at around 3:30, so that I would like walk to West T. So when I went to Sarit, I met with the guy. I told him about all the things, amenities of the house and so on, and he told me I'm interested in the 3-bedroom, 3-bedroom, third floor. And so I showed him and I told him it's this amount of money. And I was like, okay, so can I come tomorrow, being on Wednesday, to see the location? And I was like, yeah, I'm here for you, I'm here for you. You want us to go and see the location or have a site visit? Well, I'm here for you, don't worry. So right after us having the chit chat, my friend called me. I remember my friend called me when we were still having the talk with the client. And my friend was like, hey Emily, can you pass by Mr. Price and get me a top? I really need a top. And I was like, oh, okay, either way, atanikuwa nimejambia nitapitia Mr. Price. I also get myself something. Okay? So the guy, when nikafika time nimaliza my coffee, nikatoka, akaniuliza, so where are you going right after this? And I'm like, having some errands to run at Mr. Price. Thereafter, I'm going back to Nairobi. And I was like, okay, can I drop you? And I was like, not really, because I'm going to meet with my friend over. So yeah, so let me do my things, then we're gonna meet tomorrow. Mind you, I'm not supposed to be rude to this client. The client has already promised that he's going to come tomorrow. We go for the site visit so that he can see and also put the 10% deposit. Baby girl, I was going to get rich in a minute. So he told me, okay, can we go to Mr. Price? Can I take you to Mr. Price? And I was like, okay. I'm not supposed to say. But I was like, I'm okay, but no. I was like, okay. So, mind you, this time before we left where we were, because we were at that place, I said I'll never forget that place. If I remember the name, I'll put it here. It's in Sarit Center, ground floor, a place where people go and eat. It's called, I'm forgetting the name, but I'll put it here. So when we were there and I was almost finishing my cup of coffee, he went to the washrooms, and when he came back, I felt this weird scent, and I was in a minute, I was like, this guy is so rich and he can't even afford to buy himself like good Dior, like good deodorants or perfume. Like, what the heck? So, but that just stuck in my mind. That after, so as we are walking now, this time he started bringing up so many stories. In a minute, I felt, hey, I'm talking too much. Emily, you're talking too much. This is a stranger. You're not supposed to be talking too much. Okay? So, as we were talking, in a minute, I felt dizzy. I started feeling dizzy. I was like, I'm okay? Am I okay? And at this time, you're already at Mr. Price. So, I'm seeing the outfits. And I'm like, this will fit my friend. Let me put it in the basket. Let me do this. Let me do this. I picked some clothes. Mind you, right now, I had my bag. So, I had my bag. And then my phone, by then I had carried my phone on my hands. I remember I gave him my phone. I gave this client my phone. Like this. Have my phone, like, have it. I gave him, and I was okay at that time. Then I was like, let me go and do what? Like change and wear and try the outfits to see whether they fit me or either they'll still fit my friend. I tried the first one, the guy was still there. Don't judge me. He was still there. Then the second one, when I was still in the changing room, something came into my mind and was like, Emily, so you just take your phone and get to send a picture to your friend to see whether she'll be interested in this top. So when I went outside, I never saw the guy. The guy was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere to be found, my guys. And in a minute, I was like, maybe he has gone to do something and he's coming back. He can't just take my phone. I went back to the changing room. When I went back to the changing room, you know there's a mirror. It hit me. Emily, your phone. Emily, your phone. Your phone. It has everything that... Emily, your phone. Let me tell you guys, my mind went nuts. Like, I was not myself in a minute. I went out. I remember then I did not even close my zip, my trouser zip. I went out and asked those ladies, where is the guy who we were with? Where has he gone? Ameenda wapi? Then the lady tells me, ametoka tu, like some sijui how many minutes ago. And I was like, oh shit. Like, ametoka. Ameenda na simu yangu. And the lady was like, hamko mnajuana? Kambia, ilikuwa client, akakuja. Kaniambia, we, karibu Nairobi, hivyo ndio simu yako nini? Imeenda. Let me tell you guys, I went back to the changing room. I remember slapping myself. Come back to your senses, Emily. Come back to your senses. And let me tell you guys, I never cried. I never cried because of that scenario. What I did, I called my guy and I told him, you know what? My phone has been stolen. And I told him now the whole story. That, you know, I told you I'm going to meet with a client, right? So this client has stolen my phone. And it's like, how now, Emily? How is that? Yeah? How is that like, it may happen, Aji? So I explained it to him. So this was happened. I don't know. Just nimempea tu simu yangu. I've literally given him my phone. And he told me, okay, do you have money? Do you have cash for fare and so on? And I was like, yeah, thank God. Something that has never ever happened to me. Most of the times I use M-Pesa to pay everything. Like, ni fare, ni smoky, I use my M-Pesa. But that day, that was on Tuesday, I remember God, I don't know how God did it, but he worked me in a miraculous way that I had cash in my bag. So I went back and I told him, yes, I have money. So it's like, yo, just come home. So that's how I went back. I went back home. I took a matatu from Westlands to Nairobi. Then when I was in Nairobi, this scenario, that day is a day that I'll never ever forget. this year, particularly in this year that I'll never forget. So when I was in Nairobi and I was taking another matatu to head to Kiambu, I was just sitting next to the window. Guess who comes? My best friend's brother comes and sits next to me, and he's like, "Hey, Emily, I've not seen you, like, it's been a minute, like 2 or 5 years ago, like sijamuona for a long time." He was like, "Yo, come, hug." So I hugged him. He was like, "Emily, what's wrong?" I just told him I've lost my phone, and he was like, "What the? How did it happen?" So I explained it to him, the whole story, and he was like, "So where are you going?" "I'm going home." "Do you have fare?" "Don't worry, I'm paying you. Actually, I'm paying for you your transport. Don't worry." And so this whole time I tried to call my mom, but my mom was not picking my phone. I called my sister and I told her, because earlier on I'd also talked to her before going to meet with the client. I told her, "You see, you remember that time I told you I was going to meet the client? My phone has gotten lost." She was like, "Emily, how?" Mimi chenye alifanya, that thing that he spread himself, I got dragged. I didn't know the minute I gave him my phone and he was nowhere to be found. And she was like, "Okay, but I hope you're okay. Anything from your bag, was it taken?" "No." It's like, "Okay, don't worry, Emily. Things come and go and you'll get better ones." Hey, deep down, I still have this attachment to this phone. You know, ukiwa umebaya kitu, umeinvestia kitu, then inaenda unaumwa. So I later called my mom and I told my mom, "Mom, you know what? My phone has been stolen." And she was like, "Oh my goodness, Emily, sasa tunaanza wapi? Job ndio hiyo bado mzaanza kulipwa." Let me tell you, it was cases after cases after cases. And she was like, "Don't worry, if at all you're okay, then come back home." And I was like, "Okay, I'm coming." So guys, that's how my phone got stolen at the first week of October. So even during my premiere, I didn't have my phone. That's why I even delayed to post the pictures for my premiere. I posted them this month, last month, I mean, November, because I didn't have a phone. And during that time, let me tell you guys, the last video I did, I said that God will use me to glorify, for you actually guys to see his glorification, and why you should even take time to spend with God, like gratitude, be thankful, you bettering your relationship with God. And I remember during that night when I slept after my phone was stolen, I had this, like, what is it called? I felt content that it's okay, Emily, it's okay to let go of some things, and you actually needed this to happen for something else too, something great which is in store for you, that's coming, and it's coming in due time. And I was like, okay. Then so the following day I actually did replace my line. This other friend, my best friend's brother, called me and asked me, "Emily, have you reported the issue to the police?" And I was like, how do I even start? His number, I not saved his number maybe in my notebook or so. His number was in my phone. So I don't even want to start somewhere. I don't want this thing to hit me up more and more. I'm done with this issue. I've washed my hands. Wacha tuone hiyo simu itampeleka wapi. I leave my case to God. Whatever he will be done, kwenye atafanya imfanyikie. And so that's why, first of all, I've not been online for a while. No, yeah, on YouTube for a while. But either way, I've gotten to understand God and understand myself much better in so many different ways. I also got to leave work at Miliki Space Properties. Yes, because in a minute I was not myself and I was like, "Emily, you're not okay, you're not okay. You better leave and get to work on your mental health." One thing I said, usually okay when I go to work, like to work out in the gym, and I'm usually okay when I plan myself. So I had to do one thing, and that was going back to the gym. I hope you guys saw that. I went back to the gym, and that helped me to be where I am currently. And here I am on 1st of December vlogging this story and telling it to you guys that that's how things happen. I'd planned so much to do the Vlogtober, because in October I get to celebrate so many things, so many mini, what is it called, anniversaries, so many friends who have birthdays, and we had planned a lot on that. But God had a bigger plan for it. And wow, today on this video, the main lesson I will say that I was told actually by one of my cousins is that as young ladies, you know, we in this stage we are at, we want to make it in life, we want to make ends meet, we want to have that luxurious life, and so these guys, the con men, now target us because they know, oh damn, kama real estate agent haizi kosa kuwa na simu nzuri, haizi kosa ako place, so either way she'll not see it coming. And that's how actually sisi kama wasichana tunakoniwa in Nairobi, we don't see it coming, it hits us away later. And let me tell you guys, people are using drugs out here to drag you and get your things out of your bags, pockets, and so on. So be careful in Nairobi, everywhere, in your matatu, everywhere, just be careful. And one thing I'll still say, either way, kama imefika wakati for you to change, it will happen. Kama ilikuwa ya maybe simu yangu ingeanguka kwa maji, ningeenda nitengenezeshe also, but kama if at all the time for it to leave, ama what is it called, yes, this thing, yes, if at all my phone had served its purpose. I remember buying that phone in February and I shared that story with you, and ilikuwa imefikisha purpose yake kuenda sasa, and for us to welcome new things. So in a nutshell, I'll say, be ready, pray for what is God's grace, God's knowledge, wisdom, to give you wisdom to see the good and the bad. And sometimes actually anafanya ujue, like akuhinde from actually the worst happening to you, but actually he'll always be with you in every single step that you make. So that's it. I'll say, be ready, know that things come and go, but either way, be thankful. One thing I'll always be thankful. I was thankful for the time he gave me the money to buy that phone. I'm thankful for that day that my phone got to be stolen. I'm thankful for that break that I had. So thankful for everything that has happened. And I'm back guys, with so many bangers. A lot has happened now in November. I got to work with a new brand. I'll be sharing their story with you on the next vlog. So guys, be ready and watch out for the next vlog. As for now guys, I wish you a Merry Christmas. Let me be the first person to wish you a Merry Christmas, and no, not a Happy New Year yet. A Merry Christmas. Enjoy yourself during this festive season, and remember to treat yourself and buy yourself so many gifts. Write those gifts down before the 25th so that you can open the gifts on 26th. Yeah, so that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, which was more like a story time of how I got con and why I've not been online. Yes, so that's it guys. I'll be talking to you and sharing more with you on the next video. See you soon. Bye.